There are some people in the office that everyone already knows that they are difficult. Junior members of the team always prepare themselves mentally because they know that they are going to have a hard time every time that they interact with these people. And everyone just labels them that, that person is badly behaved, that person is difficult, that person is perhaps a horrible boss. But what if there are things that we are doing that we are not aware of that makes us potentially horrible bosses? What if there are things that we think are harmless but are actually quite problematic? And while we are not thinking so deeply about them, other people are already looking at it and labeling us as problematic. In this video, I'm going to show you how to identify certain traits that may indicate that your conduct is less than ideal and to some people may put you in the category of a horrible boss. Hi, welcome and thank you for joining me today. My name is Kemi and as usual, I'm here to teach you how to express yourself to get the best result possible. Today, I'm going to give you 5 tips that may indicate that you are on the path to becoming a horrible boss. And you're thinking, me, Kemi, never. I am a nice person. I treat people well. I can never ever be in that category. Well, are you sure? Well, let's go through my 5 tips and you can answer for yourself. And as you listen to me, I want you to think carefully and examine yourself and be completely honest with yourself. Because the entire point of this video is to help you make amends if there are certain things that you're doing that are not exactly ideal, and to show you ways that hopefully you can stop them and just become a better person in the workplace. And so 5 ways to check yourself to confirm whether or not you're on the path to becoming a horrible boss. Number 1, you lack empathy. All you care about is the work and the work alone. Now, are you one of those people that feel like you're so driven, you're so committed to work, and you believe that everyone should give it all it takes? No questions asked, no excuses given. All you care about are results, results, results. Now, if you were working in a factory with machines, right, and technology alone, then maybe that could work, right? But if you are dealing with human beings, then that can be problematic because people are people. And people have issues, they have challenges, they have struggles. And so you cannot afford to be the type of person that is so focused on results that you don't care about the people that are working to produce those results. You can't be the type where when one of your team members does something wrong, the first thing and the only thing that you say is, you are so incompetent, why have you done this? Issue a query immediately. How about you ask why this has happened? How about you try to really understand and listen to them? If you feel like listening to your team members or your employees is a total waste of time, then you may be lacking in empathy and you may be towing the line of the horrible boss. Number 2, your team members are always wrong and you are always right. Think about it for a minute. If every single time that you have had issues with members of your team, they were the ones that were always in the wrong. They were the ones that didn't do the work well. They were the ones that failed at this and that. And there is absolutely no blame that can land at your own feet. Then you might be a horrible boss. The first thing that you want to think about when there is a pattern of misconduct or where there is a pattern where something isn't getting done as it should is there something that I am doing or I am not doing that is contributing to this situation? Self-reflection is extremely critical as a leader on any level. You cannot be that person that believes it is always everybody's fault, but never yours. Every single thing that goes wrong, even when you make a decision that is acted upon, but the outcome is negative, it is because of somebody else. You can't be that way. It means that you are not open to learning, you are not open to correction, and you are not taking responsibility. Because as a leader, you are responsible. And so, if everybody else but you is always wrong, then guess what? You are actually wrong. Because you cannot be right all the time. And if the outcome is always poor, then you need to look inwards and start asking yourself some difficult questions. You need to be courageous enough to even ask a third party for their opinion. You need to even be humble enough to ask your own team members to tell you the truth. It doesn't make you weak. It actually makes you strong because it means that you are willing to take responsibility for your action. And so if you are always in the right, then my friend, you may just be a horrible boss. Number 3, if your default manner of correction involves insults, if it's impossible for you to point out someone's error without calling them names, without questioning their intelligence, without throwing a personal jab at them, then there may be an issue with your leadership skills, right? Because insults are the lowest form of intelligence as far as I'm concerned. If you are unable to make a point to someone, you are unable to encourage them to change their conduct, you are unable to encourage them to be better people without insulting them, then there is a problem with you and you need to get better. Another possible sign that you're on the path to being a horrible boss is if the way you talk to your contemporaries is different from the way you talk to your juniors. And what do I mean by that? When you're talking to people that are on the same level or senior to you, you are friendly, you are, supportive, you work as a member of the team. But when you are talking to your juniors, you are condescending, you are questioning their intelligence, you are asking them, what have you been doing with your time all day? You are putting them down because you feel like that is the best way to lead them. Guess what? It's not the best. It is actually a very, very problematic way. Why should there be a difference in the level of respect that you give? Are people less human because they are junior to you? They absolutely should not be. So if you are going to be nice to people, if you are a nice person, be a nice person to everyone. If you are a mean person, be mean to everyone. Let us know that that's the way you are. But by all means, please do not be two-faced, where you sound nice to certain people and you sound condescending to certain people. It means that you do not consider them as worthy of basic respect, basic honor. And that's a reflection on your own character more than it is on theirs. My final point on a possible characteristic of a horrible boss is when you feel like you owe your team members no explanation. It's okay for you to promise things and never keep to them. It's okay to change your mind at the last minute. You don't consider yourself accountable to them. And so you say things and you backtrack and you just expect everybody to get with the program. That's such a terrible way to behave because it shows that you cannot be trusted. It's a sign that you yourself are not a person of integrity. And when it counts the most, it shows that your people cannot rely on you. And I don't think there's anything worse than that. Being a leader whose word does not count for much. Being a leader that so if you say it is morning, people have to actually go and check because it may actually be nighttime. Or if you say, I will be here at X time, in their mind, they're already preparing that she's not going to be there or he's not going to show up. That should not be. That's not the way of a good leader. And if you do that, then there's a problem with your leadership skills. I hope you spend some time to think through some of the points that I've raised today. And if there are ways that you need to make amends, now is a good time to start. Thank you so much for spending time with me. And I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Bye.